Hello all, welcome to session 59 of the PySpark series. So in last session we have seen how to read a single line JSON in as a PySpark data frame, right? In this session, what is the difference? We will see what is the difference of reading the single line JSON and multi-line JSON file. Okay, so basically, multi-line JSON file is like we have for one record, right? All the columns can be present as part of multiple lines. Okay, in single line we had it as a single line, but here we have it as multiple lines, right? So how to read such JSON files? Okay, we'll try to understand this quickly in this session, right? So in last session, what we have done, we have defined the schema, right, for this JSON, and also remember the column names are same as that of this JSON, right? We have seen what happens when we keep column names different from that of JSON, right? So let me run this. We have already created the schema, right? Now, the first way to read this multi-line JSON file as a PySpark data frame, what we have to do is, let me read this multi-line JSON df equals to, first is spark.read.format, you all know, right? We have seen that already in last session. Spark.read.format, I'll specify format as JSON, right? And then I have to specify one option because I'm reading the multi-line JSON file, right? So what I'll do, I'll specify one option. Let me make it consistent. Sorry. Uh, cancel. I don't want this. Okay. Option. What option I'll do give is multi-line equals to multi-line as true, right? And then what I'll do, I'll read this JSON. So I have to specify the schema, right? Schema is bikes schema, right? Bike schema I'll use, and dot load, right? I've kept my multi-line JSON here, okay, in my volumes of databricks, right? You just copy this path and paste it here, right? So for multi-line JSON, what I have done, I have just specified one option, multi-line equals to true, so that Spark will understand that a one record, right, can be part of multiple lines of JSON, right? And like we are giving more details to Spark, so it will not spend time in identifying if that is single line JSON or multi-line JSON, right? The more information we give, the more efficient and optimized way Spark will run, right? Spark and Databricks, right? We will see what is the difference between Spark and Databricks in my upcoming series, right? Just to leak the details, I'll be starting Databricks series from scratch soon, right? So we will see all these things there, right? Fine. Let's focus on multi-line JSON. Okay. Let me display this. Okay. What it is saying? Okay. So this is not defined because I have not ran this cell, right? I have to first run this, right? And then I can display. Okay. So see, this can happen when you are coding in your project, right? You forgot to run this cell, and then you get this errors. Yes, errors, definitely. See, whenever you are getting errors, don't get panicked. Errors are the formula, or I feel as many errors as you get, you learn more, right? So you should get more errors and you will learn more, right? You can get basic errors as well, you can get more advanced error, right? So keep searching around that error, right? You will learn, I think, 3 4 more things you will learn. Okay, so don't get panicked if you are getting some error, right? And I'm telling you an example, just out of context, right? The errors currently, while I was working in one of my projects, right, there consistently for around 3 to 4 days I was getting errors for my pipeline, because this was something new that I was trying to work on, right? So for one of my, I would say, deployment, it took me some 3 to 4 days, right, for my first deployment. But in that 3 to 4 days, I have learned so many things around those errors that next deployments I could complete in 1 day or in 1.5 days, right? So for first time, it took me, let's say, 4 days. Okay, it gave me n number of errors. I was frustrated, right? I checked around those errors, but after that, I got to know at what points I'm facing these errors, right? What mistakes I should avoid, and then the 4 days that it took for me for first time, when for second deployment it took me some 1.5 days, right? So that's the beauty of getting errors. If you are getting errors, don't get panicked, just search around that error. You can take help of your, you know experts you have in your project, or you are for your friends, right? Anything, but don't panic for errors. Always search around the error, right? That's what I wanted to convey. Okay. Okay, so in multiline, what we have done, we have just specified one option, multiline equals to true, right? Fine. There is the second way, we will see how to read this using spark.read.json, right? So multiline JSON df1 equals to spark.read.json, path equals to this. Okay, path. Let me specify the path. This path, right? This path equals to this one, right? Then what I have to specify, schema, right? Schema equals to my bike schema, bikes schema, right? And what I have to specify, multi-line. This multi-line parameter I have to put it as true, right? So see, I have put it inside the spark.read.json, right? And this is just one more way to read the multi-line JSON, right? Display. Okay, let me display this. Okay, what JSON is not again here. I have not run this. Okay, fine. Let me display this one. Okay, how many rows? 32 rows, right? And there are no null values anywhere, right? So we can say this JSON, the multi-line JSON, we have read as expected, and then we can do whatever transformation we have to do on this JSON, right? Fine. I think around JSON, I wanted to cover this basic stuff, right? If in future in your project, right, if you want to read a JSON, right, if you right, it should not face difficulties for you. See, around JSON, there are, I think, many things, many advanced topics are there. We have nested schemas also. We have complex JSONs also. Few JSONs, I think, if there are any issues in JSON files, we have to work around those as well, right? So all the advanced topics I will cover in my upcoming series, right? I'm placing, I think, couple of series for PySpark and SQL, more advanced series, okay, and a series around Databricks. So there I'll cover all these topics, right? How to work with JSON for such advanced topics, okay? But fine, I think that's everything for this one. Thank you for all the support from your side. If you have any suggestions, do share me in comment section, or you can message me on LinkedIn as well. If you feel this is useful, do like, share, subscribe, and comment. Okay. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.